This interview is being presented by Intimidation Clothing. Impose your will. Uncivilize. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Be a beast among men. Adrenaline Training Center. Up your game. Change the way you train. TheDailyPunch.net. Have you gotten your Daily Punch? Area 51 Fight Gear and MMA Mind Power. Late Night MMA Radio is live Monday and Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Call into the show to win MMA merchandise. www.latenightmma.com. Join the revolution. Okay, so let's bring in Chuck. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not too much. So what have you been up to tonight?
Tonight, I ran actually an MMA class at Triumph MMA and BJJ, helping a couple of the fighters getting ready for their fights coming up. They got a weigh-in tomorrow, helping them drop some weight, but had some pretty intense gi sessions earlier in the day. So got a big competition up in Cali going on at the end of this month for the Pan Ams. So just getting ready
I
for
heard about that. Yeah, for sure. Are you going to be in that?
Yeah, I'm competing.
Oh, that's cool. Cool stuff, man. So when can we expect to see you back in the cage?
It's been a up and down road on that. We've had a couple of offers come, January, February, and then we got the most recent offer for a good shot for May, but opponents backing out, pulling out, not wanting to actually take the fight. So still trying to play it up, trying to get something to go late May, early June. And like I said, the main thing is the Pan Ams, but then I want to try to get a fight right after that. It's been a long time since October and getting itchy to fight again.
Yeah, for sure, man. That Marcus Davis fight seems like an eternity ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. But, it's not like I've been wasting my time. I've been sitting, I've been in the gym every day, 2-3 times a day, just getting better, working on everything. And, I'm going to be a completely different fighter even from my last fight, which I was already a completely different fighter. And so it'll be all good.
Okay, so I asked this question to a lot of the guys. What's the hardest part about being an MMA fighter? But maybe you just listed it off. All the guys backing out, trying to get a fight, can't get a fight. That one of the hardest parts about being a fighter?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely a tough thing. Like, I'm kind of in a weird situation coming off of tough, and, I want to obviously get my way back to the UFC. In my eyes, the best way for me to do that is to fight tough opponents. So finding the right opponent is always a tough thing to do, and finding an opponent that makes sense. I could come off of tough and just fight 3 bums and get it out of the way, but at the same time, I'm not growing as a fighter. I'm not challenging myself. I want to be in that position when I do get back to the UFC. I'm ready to contend, and not just another guy that's 3 and out. So
sure.
It's definitely taken a little bit of time, but hopefully we get a couple matchups in a row and get these next couple fights out of the way before the summer's done. Because as I said, I'm getting pretty itchy to fight.
All right, man. That's another question we've been asking a lot of guys since The Ultimate Fighter just started. What do you think about the fights being live every Friday night?
Oh, that was pretty cool. Like, it was definitely a different experience to watch it. And I'm actually been saying to all my friends, I'm actually jealous. I wish I could have been out there for 13 weeks. I was that weirdo at the end of the 6 weeks saying, man, I really don't want to go home. You're taken out of society, and you just get to focus on training, and there's no distractions, and there's no phones, internet, or cable. And it's just training every day, and I would have loved that experience. But I get to watch this season a lot, have a lot of fun with it. One of my old training partners, Joey Proctor, actually made the show, so it was cool to see him do well and get the chokes. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so how much weight do you have to cut to make the cut?
Well, when I was on the show, it was definitely an interesting situation because I'm a bigger guy. I'm around 195 to 200 pounds on a normal basis, and that's not like fat weight either. So.
Right.
I kind of had to kill myself to stay down that weight class, but on a normal, consistent basis, I'm, waking up around 197, 198 pounds.
Okay, that's cool. So, what part of your game do you think needs the most improvement?
I look at it that, 5 minutes of fight time is going to give me 5 months worth of training time, and I got 15 minutes of fight time against Chris Chris Cope, and I got to watch that really build off of that and work on a lot of things. And I looked at that and thought I fought really poorly. And, because of that, I've worked really hard on everything. I'm in with an actual boxing coach on, a 4-day basis during the week. I've got, jiu-jitsu classes with 2 different jiu-jitsu coaches. Like, I'm in the gi, I'm out of the gi, I'm working MMA, I'm working wrestling. So every aspect of my game's improving every day. And, you know, like I said, I just can't wait to fight again, to put it all together and show my improvements.
Awesome stuff, man. So when you're in the gym and you're training your ass off and you're sweating and you're having trouble breathing and all that stuff, what's your biggest inspiration?
It's just, I look inside myself and understand that this fighting game is just a passion of mine, you know, and, like, that's what drives me. You know, that's the number one key in this life, is how much I love MMA. And, you know, not everyone gets a chance to do something that they love on a daily basis, and that's what pushes me through. I'm understanding that I'm doing something that I love, instead of just sitting behind a desk pushing papers all day long. You know, I'm in a gym hitting people and joking them, and that's what I love to do. So I'm lucky and blessed to do that.
Awesome stuff, Chuck, man. Any sponsors you'd like to promote, or your Twitter or Facebook?
Yeah, no, smartpowers.com, they've definitely been behind me throughout the Ultimate Fighter and, you know, the Marcus fight and everything else. They actually sent me down to IMG Academies down in Florida for working on explosive strength training. My strength coach, Phil Wallen. But, you know, you can check me out on Twitter on Chuck O'Neil MMA, or you can hit me up on Facebook. I'm getting kind of close on my own account, but you can hit me up on Chuck Cold Steel O'Neil's Facebook account and look for updates that way, and hopefully I'll have more information on a fight coming sooner than later, because trust me, I'm definitely trying.
For sure, man, for sure. Okay, thanks for taking the time, and hopefully we talk to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks, man. Bye.
All right, bye.